everyone, and welcome to Facebook Marketing for Business, for your business. My name is Despina Karatius. I am the founder and the head trainer at Institute of Excellence, and it is with pleasure to deliver this three-part series on all good things about Facebook. A little bit about myself. I really love to help businesses decode tourism, digital and social media marketing to grow their business and definitely leverage all of the online marketing resources and opportunities that are available to businesses and marketers today. I'm most passionate about empowering you also to do this yourselves. As small and medium businesses, this is something we don't normally have the resources to outsource our digital and social and everything else that we could resource. So this is something that I'm really passionate about, giving you the tools, the resources, the strategies, the tactics for you to be able to do a lot of this yourself, or empowering you that if you should need to outsource, that you really you're in control of making the decision about exactly what you want and the results that you are seeking. Now, to stay connected, this is a pre-recorded training, but that doesn't mean you do not have access to ask questions or to have anything clarified. Here are all the different ways we can connect, from email me at instituteofexcellence.com and all the socials that are available to connect with me as Despina Karatius, or through the Institute of Excellence accounts of Be Excellent HQ. Now, the agenda that we have for you today, we've broken it up into 3 modules. We're going to start with Facebook Fundamentals. Then we have Module 2, Facebook Content 101. And Module 3, and the final training in the series, is all about advertising on Facebook. The goals for this particular training, when we're looking at the Facebook fundamentals at an introductory level, is for you to have a clear understanding of how Facebook works and how to create a winning business page. Creating compelling Facebook content to engage and connect with your audience. And certainly a major goal of this 3-part series is to help you learn Facebook advertising strategies, including analyzing the performance of your posts. Let's kick off with Module 1, which is Facebook Fundamentals. When we're talking about Facebook fundamentals, the 3 lessons that we will cover is exploring Facebook, the anatomy of a Facebook page, and your Facebook marketing plan, which, like anything that we do in our business and every component of our marketing, particularly when it comes to social media, we have to really treat each platform with the respect that it needs. So we do, as much as it is important to have an overarching social media plan, we also want to put our focus on what this is going to look like for Facebook specifically. Lesson 1, exploring Facebook. Now, when it comes to what we'll cover in this lesson, we'll look at the introduction to Facebook, how to set up and optimize your Facebook business page, and how to navigate around your page. This is the end of business as usual. For those of you that are already dabbling in social media marketing and digital marketing, you know a lot of the goalposts have changed, and they continue to change as technology and opportunities and algorithms change. Something to know, some fun facts to know about Facebook as of this recording in 2018. There are now over 2.13 billion monthly active users. In Australia alone, we have 15 million monthly active users in the country. 50% of active users log on daily. So this is something, it's a platform that is not something everybody's checking once in a while. Half of the active users are checking on their daily. The average user has 130 friends on Facebook, and this is what becomes one of the most powerful things within social media. It's the power of connectivity and the power as businesses and as marketers that anything that one of your friends or anything that you might like, comment, or share will appear on your other friends, will be visible to your other friends. Average time spent on Facebook is 20 minutes. So it's a significant amount of time spent daily, that is. So we're spending on average around 20 minutes a day collectively. The purpose of the platform is to give people the power to share and make the world more open and connected. This is the core purpose of why Facebook exists and the core purpose of why they might change things around. And certainly it's not to benefit the marketers, the businesses that are trying to use Facebook as a vehicle to promote our products and services, but certainly at the core of Facebook is connecting people. The best for business to build community and brand loyalty. So the real pro and real positive for business is that you can build a loyal following and a community, a tribe around your brand. The downside is that business is that reach is limited. Okay, so that means that everything that you post on your business page doesn't necessarily mean that everybody follows you or all of your community will be seeing that. So Facebook have become very protective about what content is served up to them on their newsfeed, and they're really conscious and cautious to not fill up people's newsfeed with sponsored and paid and page news and content. They really still want it to be about connecting with the people that they are friends with. Okay, so it is primarily a place to come and connect with your family and friends. Every second there are 20,000 people on Facebook. That's not every minute, not every hour, every second around the world. The benefit to your business when it comes to Facebook, it is number one, attracting the right people onto your page. Number two, to build community. Three is the very, very important one, use as a vehicle to increase traffic to your website. That is something that is critical when it comes to any type of social media, that we're using these as tools and as vehicles to really get our audiences and our community off the social platforms and onto our websites where they can get closer to booking something, buying something, experiencing something, downloading something. That's really important a really important point to make. Number four is giving value. Number five, authentic and smart collaborations, not only between you and your consumer and your community, but also authentic and smart collaborations with your business community, with your partners, with your affiliates. That is something that is an amazing opportunity to be able to not only network, but maintain your relationships. Number six, done correctly, it can lower marketing expenses. Although there has been many changes to the algorithms and the way that Facebook advertising is executed, it still is one of the most cost-effective ways to advertise online. The birth of Facebook. Now, just to go back and give a little history for anyone that might know how this multi-billion-dollar company came to be. In 2000, college freshmen would receive a thin bound book with the names and faces of everyone in their class. And what they had to do was, it was an opportunity for them to match names to faces around the campus. Now, the problem was that if students didn't actually send their images in before the book went to print, it was already incomplete as soon as it was published. So it was almost came outdated and obsolete as soon as it was published, because not everyone got their photos in. So there were a lot of empty blank profile photos in this book. It came to February 2004, and a young man we can see here, many of you and many of us, there's not many people around the world that don't know who he is. The name by Mark Zuckerberg. He was a sophomore at Harvard, and he launched an online book to be able to do this same thing, match faces to names and interests. So this is where people uploaded their own photos and uploaded their own personal information. There's an article there if you want to have a look at as well to read a little bit more about that. The years that followed on from that, the launch of this book that they could upload their own photo and their own information, went a little something like this. So Facebook grew to 1 million. So it started just for college students to start with, and it grew very quickly to 1 million students that uploaded their own profiles. And then it went on to new demographics, to high schools, for work users. And then slowly it went out for everyone to use. In a couple of years after that, this has become a real key player in the marketplace, and Facebook grew to more than 10 million users. In 2007, grew to 50 million, and it wasn't long until it grew and excessed and went over 1 billion people across the globe using Facebook for multiple purposes, for personal, for business, for hobbies, for finding old school friends, for keeping in touch with relatives. It grew very, very quickly. Now, Mr. Zuckerberg actually had dropped out of Harvard at that time in 2004, so he didn't last long as a student there once he launched Facebook and the success and the dramatic growth that the business had. But he did receive last year an honorary degree from Harvard after he did drop out, for all the work and the innovation and the entrepreneurism that came to be from this young man. So it's a fantastic story, and it is a great watch to watch his speech when he received this honorary degree. How Facebook works. So if you think of Facebook, it's essentially a website, much like navigating a search engine like Google. Very different to a platform like Instagram, where it is an app first. Facebook is a website first and has an app that will complement the service. It is available through app on smartphones, on iPhones, on Androids, and it's also a website that you can go to and connect and share with your friends at www.facebook.com. Now, with Facebook, and as marketers and as businesses, with Facebook and as marketers and as businesses, it's really important for us to acknowledge that this is something that we really want to when it comes to functionality and what we want our business pages to perform. I still find that it's there are much more choices and functionality available going in through your desktop as opposed to your phone. So although more and more features are rolled out through the apps and through the phones, there are still some limitations, particularly when it comes to Facebook advertising, that is best done through the website, through a desktop. Now, when you land on a Facebook page, this is what you can see. This is what you see when you navigate the website. Now, you can add multiple accounts if you wanted to go in, say as Despina the mum, and have another account to be, Despina the business person. But certainly you don't need to add separate accounts, because you can still very much keep your personal profile and your business profile as two separate accounts. However, you must first initially engage and have a personal profile to be able to do anything within Facebook. Even if you wanted to, anyone that's listening to this training has not started a Facebook page yet and you want to, you must register and sign up as a person first, and then you can go that next step and create a page under your personal profile. This now is, once you're logged into your computer and you start making some connections, this is what the platform can look like. In the middle section there, if you can see, it's kind of broken up into 3 sections. In the left-hand side, you have access to your newsfeed, your inbox messenger, a new product called Marketplace, which is essentially like an eBay. There's some shortcuts there that you can go to. Oh, I lost it there. Shortcuts to other pages that you manage, other groups that you're part of, and then other features of the platform that you can go into: events, your groups, other pages, memories. On this day 3 years ago, you may have shared something and it can come up. In the middle is the guts of your Facebook page, which is your news feed. Anything that you post as a business will come up in the middle section here for your followers to see. And then over to the right, a very new functionality is stories that has come up. So very similar to Snapchat and Instagram. Now we can add stories onto Facebook as well. And then you can see down the bottom, you have some more info and some more information around your pages. So here it's showing as a default my main page, and just some other information which really is enticing me to spend more money with Facebook. So everywhere we see these little blue boosts and promote, that's where Facebook makes it easy for us to advertise and put money towards these particular posts to be shown to more people. The reasons you will go to Facebook as a person, as an individual: check what your friends are up to, tell your friends about recent successes by showing photos, video, or letting them know you're thinking of them, share holidays or videos, connect with a destination or a business, plan an event, business or personal, receive recommendations from friends and family for anything from movies to books to music to restaurants to hotels. I know about you that they've actually made that a function for recommendations. Before it used to be just, if you're looking for something, it would just be a post on a newsfeed. Hey, I'm going to Singapore. Did anyone recommend any hotels? Otherwise, now you can actually specifically ask for a recommendation. It's a feature. Another reason why you will go to Facebook is remember everyone's birthday. You will never forget a birthday once you join the platform. Facebook is a website built to help you represent yourself online and share with your real world friends online. Okay, so it's somewhere where you can really represent yourself as a brand, as your own brand, because now the whole world of being, your personal friends and your work friend, you'll find that there is a lot of work colleagues now that we connect with on Facebook as well. But certainly it's also where you can connect with your real world friends, your past friends, your primary school friends. So it's somewhere where, there's not many people. I can definitely count on one hand how many people I know that don't have Facebook. Otherwise, everybody's on it. What you can do on Facebook. Now let's look at what the features are of what you can do. Connecting and learning what's going on with friends and family all happens within the newsfeed. This is where you can establish a timeline for your own profile. So this is a screen grab of my personal profile. I've got a cover photo of my family. I've got a profile photo, chilling at the beach. But everything I post here becomes almost this chronological order of what has been happening in my life when I choose to share. You can communicate with your Facebook friends on Facebook on the platform. So this, for example, this is it's my sister actually. This is my sister's profile. I can go on there and directly communicate with her publicly on her page, or I can send her a private message. And this is where, as a status update, now we're looking at if you wanted to share your own thoughts or create a post. This is what it looks like in a personal profile. So that's where you can make a post. You can share photos. You can share videos. You can do live broadcasts within your profile. You can have like a little emotive emoji and state how you're feeling. tag friends, stickers. These colors here is where you can create a colored background to your post and have it overlay with text as well. You can plan events on Facebook. This is something that you can easily go through the process of creating a private event where it's exclusive to a private group of people that it's a secret group and only those people will know about the event. Or you can create a public event through your personal profile as well. And it's as easy as, it's almost like, it's just as easy as creating a page. You can go step by step, add photos, add your name, location, the date and time, and the description of your event, and people can let you know if they are coming, if they're not coming, or if maybe they will make it. Here's a list of just some upcoming events at the time that I took this screenshot. I have got some public events here of people within my network that are spruiking some workshops. There's the Menyan Garlic Festival, and there's also a birthday invitation. Then we go on to groups. So groups have become more and more popular to be able to create a community around an interest, a hobby, or a business, or an influencer, a person. This is becoming more popular because of the changes that have been made to the algorithms of Facebook pages. You can be rest assured if you had a group, any action that is happening within the group, everybody sees and is notified by. That's not to say we're replacing your business page, or that I would recommend you replace your business page with your group page, but a way that you can use the group page is an extension of your brand. So particularly if you want, for example, if you're an accommodation operator, maybe you want to take the lead and develop a group around boutique accommodation in your region, for example. So creating a group for industry is a really great way to show some influence and leadership, and a way to give back to your community. For example, one of my groups is Your Tourism Excellence, and that's a group that I started and invited colleagues professionally and students that might be interested in entering into tourism, as a way that we can connect and collaborate about what's on, what jobs are coming out, what's new in the news world, what are people promoting at the moment, how can we help each other. And that's what it's primarily about. And the most successful groups are those groups that are created with the intention of bringing a group of people together to help each other. There's the Your Tourism Excellent group link for anyone that's interested. And even with creating a group, it's very, very simple to do by way of the, step by step, and very similar to any other, product of Facebook. So what you don't do on Facebook, we don't want to lie on Facebook. We don't want to be 12 and under for Facebook, troll, spam, or harass anyone on Facey, or upload illegal content or content that does not belong to you. And that certainly is particular when it comes to your business and working in a commercial environment. Now, you don't have to be as cautious when it comes to your personal profile, and you just, if you're sharing a photo or a video, there's no one that was going to come and knock on your door to sue you or ask for compensation. Certainly though, when we are on your business platform, you really, really want to be careful if you're using any type of copyright music or images or video that we do not have permission to use. So I always encourage you, never use anything that doesn't belong to you. And if you do, ask for permission, and always credit. Always give credit back to the original source of whatever content it is that you are sharing. There's a lot of options out there for free royalty music if you did want to do a video with some music in the background. This includes if you actually do have a radio playing in the background and you might do a live video or take a video. Sometimes Facebook can pick those things up too and put a ban or temporarily ban you from uploading any other video. I say that from experience. So this is something you have to just be very, very cautious and conscious about when you are uploading anything that does not belong to you. Facebook for Business starts with a page. Facebook for Business is something, is what we're all here for, and that's what we want to leverage the most. All non-friend entities, so anyone that is not connected as a friend on Facebook, are represented as a Facebook page, and that's what we want as a business. They're updated and managed by authorized representatives with a personal profile. So you must have a personal profile to be an admin of a Facebook page. For your business to take advantage of everything a page has to offer, you definitely must create a separate Facebook page to your personal profile. I still see businesses still having a Facebook, they're operating as a business under a Facebook profile page. And it's really, really important. We're just missing out on a lot of opportunities doing it that way. The three key differences between a personal page and a business page. Let's explore. Number one difference is that a business page is indexed by Google as opposed to a profile page. Number two is that it's free and updates your feed into your fans' own Facebook news feeds when you publish a post. And advertising and analytics, or the insight tools, are also a big difference. So with the Facebook page, you have access to some intelligence on who's looking at your stuff, who's clicking on your stuff, and how engaged, how many people you've reached. It's really, really important info when we're contributing our resources in time and money. People who like or give a thumbs up to a brand on Facebook are more likely to buy from that brand. Essentially, so this is research that was conducted, and they found that any engagement on Facebook first before the actual consumer went to a business, if they had already engaged in some way on Facebook, then they were more likely to make a purchase with that business. Understanding the appeal of a business page on Facebook. Let's have a look. Seeking a benefit. So people often like your brand's Facebook page looking for some sort of exclusivity. It can be either something by way of a discount, a value add, a coupon code, or any other perk. So when it comes to people coming onto Facebook, they are seeking some type of a benefit for their loyalty. Users are looking for updates and news all the time. People follow brand pages to learn more about what is happening with your business first. Interact with like-minded people. It certainly does entice and encourage collaboration and networking, and attracts like-minded people too. I'll have what she's having. When someone likes, shares, or comments on a brand's Facebook page, many of that particular person's friends will also see that they've done that. So that's a very, very powerful tool, and the power of suggestion can be very convincing and very credible to your prospective audiences. Following recommendations, so brand recommendations are the best social proof, giving credibility and trust also. Expression of loyalty. If a customer enjoys a brand offline, often they'll seek out continuing a relationship with the brand online, and social media, particularly Facebook, has made that very easy. Seeking entertainment. A fun and entertaining content keeps fans coming back and your community growing. And customer questions. In the age of instant gratification, customers may not want to call a customer service number and wait on hold. Reaching out on Facebook, particularly now with the launch of Messenger, gives people that immediacy, that they can go on and they can have someone to contact immediately. Giving feedback. Many people follow a brand on Facebook so they can leave feedback, positive or negative, regarding a product, service, or experience. So we have to really appreciate works two ways. A lot of majority of reviews online on any platform, majority are positive, are going there to express a positive experience. But certainly when we make reviews open, we have to open ourselves up to some constructive criticism as well. Creating a page for promotion. Now, when it comes to creating a business page, you can promote a cause, a business, or as I did when I started my business, I created a page that was my name to be able to, as I started out when I didn't quite know which way my business was going to go. So I started out just posting and sharing and claimed my own personal name, but used it in a business sense as a business page. Do not use personal profiles for business. We covered that. Facebook frowns upon this and could close your account without notice. If any of you that are watching this recording do find that you have a personal profile, and the way you would know that is that it says friends, that you can see any type of friend reference on there, means that it's set up the incorrect way. You do have an opportunity to merge that page and transfer it onto a business page, which is a great feature that Facebook brought out. So creating a page for a cause, a business, or yourself, it's as easy as going to your profile and creating a page to your right. You can also click on this downward arrow, and that will also give you an opportunity to say create a page. Then you have options where you can give your brand, your business, your cause a voice. When you can categorize any of these six types of business pages that you want to fall in. Most often than not, it's either going to be a local business or place if you have a walk-in store type business, or a company, organization, or institution. So say for myself, even though I am operating as myself and my business page is Despina Karatias, I still put it in as a company, organization, or institution, as opposed to a brand or a public figure. I don't see myself quite there. This is very much where I go and I actively pursue my business interests and business objectives on them, and also to learn so I can teach it. Then you have, so if you were to choose something like company, you have a whole heap of categories for you to pinpoint exactly where you fit in there. As you go through, as you can see here, I've taken screenshots of step by step by step. So it takes you through the loop. Yes, here you go on this big blue button here, upload a profile picture. Just a click away, and you can bring up your own photos from your desktop or any type of service that you use and upload a profile picture. Similar way, you upload a cover photo. Remember I showed you earlier that photo of my family jumping up? That is that we definitely, when it comes to your cover photo, it is prime real estate. So you want to make sure that this cover photo is not just of anything or anyone. It's you using every inch of that space to be able to showcase your product. It's your billboard. That cover photo is your Facebook billboard. So let's treat it with that respect to put our best foot forward. Building out on your new page, there's all different options for you then to come up and create your own page username. This is a podcast that I have, Tourism Hub is what the podcast name is, but Tourism Hub was taken. So you do only have that one chance if your business name is taken. We have to get a little bit creative of what you could use as an alternative. Now in this instance, because Tourism Hub alone, as those two words together, was taken, I decided to actually claim my name as Tourism Hub Podcast. And that's it. You're all set, and you can go through and you're set. And then it's up to you to be able to go and publish that page. Then we have accessing your page. Again, a really easy way to access your page. You will see your pages on the left-hand side, as we saw earlier, or we can dongle down and then have access to pages that you can move through your list. Okay, so you can have access to pages there. The anatomy of a Facebook page, and let's dissect what a Facebook page, what it looks like. So the profile picture and cover photo is great. In this example, I had trialed and I put a slideshow of, you can have up to 5 images. So if you've got some variety in your business and you want to showcase more than one thing that you do, you might want to upload multiple photos that you can then, your consumers can go and scroll through. There's where the profile picture is, and see it looks very different. It's a lot cleaner than what your profile picture newsfeed is. And they've done a really good job to make this a lot better and user-friendly for businesses and for consumers. You've got a whole heap of options on the left, and the difference is the time. Well, it's not the difference. It's very much the same and works the same, that the timeline and the newsfeed is also in the middle. And you can see here that there's different options within the status update too. So you can write something, but it gives you a whole lot of list of options of other things that you can do. And most often than not, these are things that you can pay. You can pay for the privilege. Now here, I want to direct your attention to the like button. That's where it's excellent way for you to collaborate and get to know your neighbors, and make a list of everyone in your community that you can actually go and like their page. But take it a step further from that. You can like a page that you want to like a page not only as yourself. So say, I don't want to like a page just as me, Despina. I want to like a page that is coming from me and my business account. So I'd like to, from time to time, I'll go into my business account and like a whole heap of pages, but as Be Excellent HQ, my Institute of Excellence account, not my own personal one. Now, to be able to do that, along that tab, you've got liked, you've got following, you have share, and then there's 3 little dots at the end there. If you toggle down on that, you'll see like as your page. And then once you click on that, you can dongle down again, and it will say select the page that you want this particular account to be liked by. So very straightforward. Not a lot of people know about that, and I think it's a really great strategic way forward for you to be able to connect with your community, because every time you like a page as your business, what happens to the person, the administrator that is monitoring and is authorized to look after that page? They'll get a little ping that says, oh, Despina such and such has followed us, or just liked that stuff, or just commented. It always feels good as a receiver, but it feels even better as a giver, to give these, just go a little extra mile to give some little extra love to our community. Seeing your business page feed. So once you've liked a whole heap of business pages as your, once you've liked business pages as your business, you can avoid going into your normal Facebook timeline and actually come in and just engage within your page's feed. So on the right hand side of your Facebook page, you can go into see page's feed, and essentially it will just be a timeline of all your other business content that you follow. And this is great when you're looking for some inspiration. Keep yourself in the loop of your industry. Maybe someone's done something awesome that you want to congratulate them for. It's just really good code of conduct within a community that you can enhance even more. And this is what that looks like. This is what a business pages feed would look like, that you can go through and you can see what different businesses within the region are doing and sharing. So say, for example, if you are an operator on the Great Ocean Road and you've gone into your pages timeline and you see something from Alkena Lodge, they're doing something for Valentine's, this is something that you can go in and either reshare it if it's something that will complement and add value to your audience. It's something that you might want to comment on or like, or maybe collaborate with them, maybe seek out you'll find new businesses that you might be able to work together. I want to draw your attention to down the bottom right hand corner. There's a little picture there. Now I know from the picture that is my business profile. But if I wanted to change that from my business profile and I wanted to comment on this post as Tourism Hub, it's just a matter of me dongling down, or up in this instance, and choosing the other page. So that means that when I engage in that post, it's not going to ping them as Despina Karatias. They're going to get the little ping notification. And what I mean by that, like you can see up here, there's one notification and there's 5 emails in the Facebook inbox. So what we're saying is that we want to, when we actually comment, like, or share, or message, then the receiving Facebook page will get a little red notification like that. So that is your first part of your homework, to like pages as your page and engage with them. So it's one thing to go through and make a list of what are all the different pages within my community, like them as your business, not yourself. I mean, you can do both and give them 2 likes, but certainly the exercise is for you to get into the habit of liking other pages as your business page. Call to action button is also something that's very important. In this instance here, it's watch video as a call to action. But you can choose anything from book with you, contact you, call, message, get a quote, learn more about your business, shop with you or make a donation, download an app or join a community. So these are different ways that you can activate a call to action straight on your Facebook page. Straight off the bat, people can see and get in touch with you. Now, contact you, the contact page, it's not only about calling and messaging, it's also about, you can also install like a form or include a sign up. So if you've got a landing page with some type of a form that people can sign up to hear more news from you, that's also an excellent way of using your call to action. And I do that often with mine. I create an opt-in. So at the moment, I've got top 10 marketing mistakes made by small business and how to overcome them. Now I have that on my website, and as soon and I have a separate link for it, which the actual link has some forms where people need to give me their name and their email address. And that is where, when it comes to Facebook and I do a little email newsletter database drive, that is the call to action that I choose. So there we go. So there's more call to actions where you can add in a link for people to go straight to the source. We don't want to leave our unique visitors or our existing visitors to our websites and our socials. We don't want to leave them waiting or guessing. Setting up messaging is as easy as going into your settings of your Facebook page. So once you go into your settings, it's the second one from the top after general. And there's a whole lot of opportunities and things that you can do that will make your life easier. This response assistant is one of my favorite things that Facebook launched, because even although we can sometimes be seen on social media, it doesn't mean that we're actively there to do work. Okay, so to set some boundaries, this is a feature that Facebook brought out that is really an out of office reply. So I put something very generic to say, hey there, thanks for reaching out. I will have a look at it. I'll have a look at your email first chance, and get back to you as soon as possible. So something that it looks like it's you that's written it, so at least people are getting acknowledged, particularly when you're getting on that little bit larger scales and you have a lot of notifications to get through. Setting an automated response like this can be a very good practice, so people don't feel ignored. At least someone's touched base with them. Page templates. So there's a whole heap of templates. I find the standard template, I mean, they're kind of all much of a muchness. But if you want to have a play around with different templates, this is the place that you would do that. And here's some examples of shopping, of business, of travel. There's one. So there's quite a few different options there when it comes to page templates. Filling in business information accurately. There are so many businesses that I see that haven't filled out their full profile. I know things get busy, and I understand sometimes they've probably set it up in the beginning and then it got a little bit hard basket to maintain. But having these things are really, really important, particularly as we go back to that same notion of what we know, that Facebook is indexed by Google. So the more information, the more we can beef up our content to share the best version of ourselves, the better. Verification. Now, when we see a little tick, it's not a blue tick is, the big celebrity accounts and very well-known accounts. Certainly for your consumers to know that your page is the legitimate official page for your business. It's a matter of going back to general, then page verification, and you can be taken through the steps to verify your page. And sometimes you can ask for a callback or an SMS text of a special code that then you go and pop in there into Facebook to verify your account. The Facebook page's terms, if you want to learn more about this, here's the link at facebook.com/page_guidelines.php. And that's a wrap for lesson 1, looking at the fundamentals and looking at the anatomy of a Facebook page for you to get you started. But also, even if you are established and you've started, I hope you've taken some key things away from that lesson that you can go back and make your page even better. Lesson 2, the anatomy of a Facebook page. Let's now really pop open the bonnet and look into the mechanics and the engine of a dynamic Facebook page. The goals for this lesson will be a Facebook checklist for you that I'll share, the types of posts that gain the most engagement, and how to find proven content for your page's success. Kicking off with the quote, as always, social media is not just a spoke on the wheel of marketing. It's becoming the way entire bicycles are built. It's becoming very, very important, and there's not many businesses around in Australia and beyond that can afford to ignore it completely. Facebook page checklist. What I want you to be able to check is your profile photo. Most brands use this space to post their logo or something that's regularly associated with your brand. So for example, someone like Tourism Australia, their consumer account has a kangaroo as their profile photo. And as soon as you see that profile photo, that it's Tourism Australia. And that is something that, as a checklist, is your profile photo the best representation of your brand? Your cover photo. As we mentioned earlier, the biggest piece of real estate. So making sure that you have the best image, and where possible, even put in some text, put in a phone number. Something else that's very important with the cover photo is to never leave the description empty. So once you upload a cover photo, it will come onto your timeline. You want to go back in there and fill out and edit the description with a clear call to action. Profile pics and cover photos, this is what that looks like. So here, this is my Be Excellent HQ Facebook page. I've used my logo, not my face, because this one I really want to focus on it as a company page. And then I've got my big billboard giving you a snapshot in 3 very short lines what Institute of Excellence is all about. The About page, speaking of about, including your company's message, mission statement, brief bio in a compelling and engaging way of why you do what you do. Take the time. If you haven't looked at your About page for a long time, it's time now to take the time and make sure, because there's some new features that are in there on Facebook pages that you may not have been aware yet, like milestones. That's something that's on there that you can go in and see through to completion. Content info sounds very obvious. Certainly, do you have all the correct content information on your page? Visitor posts to your brand page from others. This is something you can have control over. If you can have a control whether you want to let visitors publish a photo onto your website or not. But certainly if you do have it activated that you are happy for visitors to post on your page, you really want to make sure that you're not missing them or ignoring them. And you really want to ensure that you are responding in a way or expressing gratitude that they've done that. And it's the same way as reviews, whether it's someone that's posted a photo of themselves having a wonderful time at your establishment, or a review of someone's, giving you 5-star review for the awesomeness that you are. It's really important that we acknowledge these people that have just gone that little extra mile to help your business a little further. So it's a really important thing to not leave people ignored when they made an effort and done something really good for you and your business out of their own goodwill. Like by this page. So brand pages that your brand's page follows in order to show support to another brand. So go exactly what we mentioned earlier about liking other pages as your business and making an effort from time to time to go into the business pages section and look at what others are doing and giving love back to them too. Your settings page. So this is your admin panel where we went earlier, where you can gain insights and update the content and design of your page. So anything that you want to change, more often than not, it's going to be through your settings page. Your timeline, your brand's public facing Facebook, that is, we've discussed that, what's in the middle. Your pinned post. So something else that comes into the anatomy of a Facebook page and a checklist for you to see some other features is a pinned post. So if you have an event coming up, if you've just written an amazing blog post, if you've got a special promotion, you can pin it to the top of your page. And here's an example of how you can do this. So this was, at the time that I took this, it was one of the latest posts that I had. So if this had a really good, clear call to action, and it's something that I wanted to drive some more eyeballs to, you just go to the top right hand corner, ... click on that. It'll bring up all of these options, and right up the top is pinned to the top. And what that means is that if anyone comes to your page, that will be the first status update they saw, regardless of when you published it. It's not going to keep going down the feed and disappear until you unpin it. And there are some additional options there. Remember when I mentioned about editing a post? Everything can happen directly from the post when you click these dots and you come here. So change date, for example, I've used that sometimes. You might share a photo, but it doesn't come up chronologically to when it happened. Maybe you didn't get around to posting during the event. If it was an event or something that's happened, significant that's happened. So what you would do, you would come here and you can change the date, and then it will put it back into your timeline in the right order. and some more things embedded into a website, so you can extract a unique URL, turn off notifications. So if something's gone viral and you're getting a lot of likes and comments and you want to stop them because it's distracting, you can hide things from your timeline. So even though you might want to leave it posted, this is when hiding things from your timelines. When you've posted something, you don't want to lose it forever, but you also don't want it to come up on your feed. Delete from the page. So if you want to delete a post, turn off translations and moderate comments is something else that you can do. Extra resources such as videos, photo albums, apps, etc., that your community can further engage with you can happen within the tabs. When they can further engage with you can happen within the tabs section that we saw on the left-hand side. Which type of Facebook brand posts get the most engagement? Have you ever wondered that? I know I have, and I've done some research to share with you. The text-only and promotional giveaway updates have the least engagement. So any status update that doesn't have a photo or a video is certainly what will get the least engagement. Short posts of fewer than 50 characters get the most engagement. So keeping things short and simple is going to get you more people liking, commenting, and sharing. Videos posted directly to Facebook get more engagement than YouTube embedded or YouTube shared links. That's something that's really important. You really got to treat, if you do video in your business, treat video on Facebook natively within Facebook, and treat video on YouTube natively as YouTube. Facebook definitely frowns upon, and they also don't. You will get nowhere near as much reach as importing like an MP4 file video or an MOV file from your phone straight onto Facebook, as opposed to doing that from your uploading it on video and then sharing that link to Facebook. Posts published between 10 p.m. and midnight local time got the most engagement in this study that was done by BuzzSumo, which found very, very interesting. So posting when there are less other posts being published appears to increase engagement. So that's something to trial and test for your audience. It doesn't mean that it might work for you, but certainly knowing that if you are pre-scheduling content on Facebook, you might want to give it a go to put one later on in the evening. Posts published on Sundays get most engagement. So out of all the days of the week, Sunday seems to be a winner. So if you're someone that only posts during work hours, Monday to Friday, you might want to experiment and do some on Sunday and see how they perform. Knowing your content. So when we are talking about content on Facebook, we're talking images, we're talking video, we're talking live broadcasts, very important. We're talking about any offers or opt-ins or competitions even, and encouraging people to call. So encouraging people to do something and take an element of action. Instant messaging is another one, helping people find you. Events is amazing content, interesting articles, creating a product within your Facebook page, or creating a poll, like seeking. I've seen someone it was a bar, and they put together a new cocktail that they made up, and they put it out to their Facebook audience and said, here's a new cocktail. This is the recipe. This is what's in it. What do you think we should call it? So they went out there and made it a bit of a fun, interactive engagement, and they let their audience name the cocktail, which I thought was really clever. This is all of the different options in a bigger scale that I showed you earlier in terms of what you can do when you share a status update on Facebook. And as you can see, there's a lot of options. And this is another very key difference between having a business page and a personal page, because you see everything here is to elicit responses and some level of conversion, and to build us closer to building a relationship with our customers. Adding feelings. This is where, add what you're doing or how you're feeling right now. Today I did something and I said, I'm feeling energetic. Okay, so this is just having some fun and showing personality around your brand is something that, that's the way Facebook works and how it was built. So have some fun with these different little quirky features. And there's an example of feeling, and then it's got a whole feeling, celebrating, watching, thinking, listening, traveling to, which is, so there's a lot of options there. And it's great to share these things. Sometimes, when the stats showed us before that statuses that are short and sweet perform better, using element tools like this can also eliminate more words in your status and letting people know where you're at. Checking in, I advise do this for your own business too, not only encouraging your visitors or your customers, whether, if you have a business where they're coming in to your premise or your venue, encouraging them to check in when they do, or, asking them, ask for the follow. Are you on Facebook? Make sure you check in that you're here with us today. An event, make sure you're checking in. However, don't also forget to do that for yourself as well. Check into your own business just to give it some legs within your networks. Adding locations. So when you are checking into somewhere and you have turned locations on your phone within your mobile or on your desktop, it picks up where you are. And it can give you a lot of different options that you can automatically, normally will come right up the top exactly where you are, and you can just click it and check in that way to showcase your location. Otherwise, if it's not, you can just type it in and add it in there. And what you can see here is everyone that is checking in to any of these, it's the actual business page that's coming up. So the location is that particular organization's business page, and that's why we want you to do more of that too. Shop a product. I was so excited when this was launched last year. So this is where you can go, all of the products and services that you sell, you can come in here and create a product listing within Facebook. And then it resides within a shop tab within your menu of your business page. And it's something very simple, no different to uploading a new product on a website. You can come in, you can load photos, you can load video, you add a name, you add a price, you add a description. At the moment, for Australian products on Facebook, the only difference is that it's not an e-commerce function yet. So you can imagine what will happen to websites. So for new businesses or hobbyists that want to do something, side hustle, they want to do something on the side, you can definitely, once they have a connection with the likes of PayPal or an e-commerce solution, that you can then have Facebook accept money on your behalf. And I'm sure they will take a cut from that. But certainly until then, what you need to do is have a checkout URL. So if you've got a booking page or a buy now button within your website, it will be that particular URL that you would need to add here, that then will drive traffic back to them. And this is what it looks like. So this is my first course that I did, a beginner's guide to Facebook. And the course is available on my website, but I went and loaded it up as a product on my Facebook page. Scheduling, backdating, or saving. Now, instead of hitting publish, you do have the opportunity to schedule something for the future, and you do have the opportunity, much to how I mentioned earlier about the chronological order. And if it's something that you're posting the photo today, but the event actually happened on Saturday. So I wanted to come on my timeline that it was on Saturday. That is where you would use the backdate. And sometimes you might find yourself, you've written a status update or you've kind of halfway, you're not quite ready to finish because you have to move on with something else. You don't have to delete it altogether and start again from scratch. You can just save yourself a draft. And this is what scheduling a post looks like. You can schedule the date and you can schedule the time. And this is what backdating a post looks like. And certainly when you go into publishing tools in the top, at the very top of your Facebook page, it's under publishing tools that you get your activity of all the posts you've published, the scheduled posts, the drafts, and posts that have expired, your videos, your video library. So this is where you can get, you can keep tabs and go back to it. Particularly with your drafts, you can come back here and finish it off, and then schedule it or post it in real time. So this is some more different ways that you can find where you want to change the date, as we went through this earlier as well. And there's some more information on how, with your published posts, you have insights. So insights gives you a lot of information about your page. But now under publishing posts, you can come in here and at a glance, you can see how, the level of engagement you've had on any particular post. So I can see here at a glance that, okay, whatever I did here, wow, that had an astronomical reach compared to others. So that is an indication to me that whatever I did there, I go back and check that content and make an effort to start that and to do more of that. Creating a milestone. This is a new feature that you may have not, if you haven't looked at your page for a while, you might want to go in and create a milestone and create when you started, any awards you've won, any significant events that have happened throughout the course of your business. It just gives you the opportunity, and your customers and your community gives them an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. And creating a milestone, it's as easy as entering anything else on Facebook. It's really super simple. Creating a title for it, location, when it happened, adding a story around your milestone, and then choosing to upload a photo to go with it. And this was my milestone. I just put it when I started Institute of Excellence, the date, and then I went into and just said a little blurb about what it was like to start my business. And see in there, it's all clickable. So any URL that you pop in here too is a clickable link. So I threw that in there just to use my asset and use my vehicle and use another property and another feature on Facebook to give the opportunity for people to get away from Facebook and come and check out my website. Last but not least, we're going to look at lesson 3, your Facebook marketing plan. Now, if we don't plan, if we don't schedule, it won't get done. So let's have a look at ways that we can help ourselves do a better job with Facebook. In this lesson, we're going to cover Facebook marketing mistakes to avoid, articulating your brand, and research and target your ideal audience. Kicking off with a quote, a brand is worthless if it doesn't connect with the right audience in a relevant way. And everything that we talk about now in digital, in social, in attracting the correct visitors on your website is all about the user experience and personalizing it for them. Not for everyone, but really identifying who is our ideal customer and how will we best serve that person. That's the way a lot of businesses that are winning are the businesses that know their customer and are treating them with the level of respect that they deserve, that they are understood. Facebook marketing mistakes to avoid. Not having a plan. We want to really look at and answer these questions. Why does my business exist? What problems am I solving? Who do I most want to help? How do I best communicate with my ideal people? What type of themes, categories can I talk about most to help them? Okay, so we always have to think, how am I going to benefit them? How am I going to help them? What solution am I going to provide to solve their problem? Really, really important. Some theme examples. Now, if you're a tourism business and you've come onto this training, some different theme examples can be a destination, behind the scenes, a partner post, it can be promotion, it can be an event, it can be your event or a community event. What's happening? Like, I've recently had a strategy session with a client to say, well, it doesn't have to be just our events. Go and have a look at your local councils, what's on pages. And even if it's something, normally they're really well planned out, 6, sometimes 12 months in advance. That is something that is great content for you to be able to use the scheduling function and put it in the vault for when it's coming up. A customer story is really important because there's nothing more credible than someone else that has experienced your product and your service saying how amazing you are, than, for ourselves to be saying how amazing our service is. So actually leveraging any type of testimonial or customer review is a really good theme to add into the mix. And product features, because you do want to also promote your business and your services. We just don't want to do that all the time. We have to mix it in with valuable content that, again, is going to benefit our audiences. Inconsistent posting is another mistake. We want the flow right. We don't want to be posting when the stars and the moon and the universe is aligned and we feel like it. We need to be strategic. This is part of our business marketing. So showing up and serving our audience, following a plan. So I gave you some ideas of themes. 80% of the time, we want to be adding value, educating, giving benefit, being the solution. And 20% of the time, then we want to be use that opportunity to promote what we're doing. Okay, we are businesses at the end of the day. When it comes to, we just don't want to be selling 80% of the time and then only doing a little bit of value. Customers, it can really put people off particularly when a Facebook page is an infomercial. There's nothing more off-putting, and as easily as someone can like your page, they can unlike it. So be very careful about that mix, and having it in a plan helps you identify your flow. So you can say, okay, out of 7 days of the week, I am going to focus 4 or 5 days on the value and in the education, and I'll throw in a testimonial because that will still help my business. But two to three posts is when I will promote a special, I will promote a package that I'm putting forward, I will promote a service. Inspire, connect, educate, empower. If you can put some content out there and you can say, is this inspiring to my ideal customer? Is this helping me connect a little bit more today than I was yesterday? Is this educational? Is this empowering? Once you can answer yes to one or more of those questions, then you are on the right track. Keeping your audience in Facebook is a mistake. This is where we want to be able to add links onto our posts to get them off Facebook. So I see a lot of time businesses never putting any type of call to action or a link back to their website. And this is where content, writing, doing things like blogs or putting updated news features on your website is really important, because it gives you more opportunity to share your link on Facebook as opposed to others. So using Facebook, I can't stress it enough, as a vehicle to attract new visitors to your website where they can sign up or buy from you, because it's very important that we can understand and appreciate that Facebook is property that does not belong to us. We do not own the relationship with our followers. It is the property of Facebook. So they change their mind on something, or something happens, that will go with them. We have no power. However, capturing an email address or having visitors come directly to your website, that is property that you own. That is your house. So actually, an asset like an email database, the same. That is now a relationship that you own. So not only using Facebook as a vehicle to drive traffic to your website, Use Facebook as a vehicle to build your database. So everyone that's following you in your community, if you have 100 followers and you only have 20 of those followers' email addresses that you're sending out in your database, well, we own nothing of the relationship of the remaining 80, because most of the time it's gone to less than 1% of the people that are actually seeing your content. So some food for thought there. Ignoring your audience is another mistake, particularly, as I mentioned earlier, when they've taken the trouble to leave a review, even comments. So even if you've created a post and one of your followers has commented on it, and ignoring that is just, you wouldn't do that in real life, in a face-to-face situation. If a customer spoke to you, there is absolutely no way you would not speak back to them. It's certainly, if a customer is leaving a comment on Facebook, you want to make sure you go beyond just liking it and acknowledging them for the comment. That's how relationships are built. And this is, at the end of the day, a social media platform. So being social is really important. Making it all about you. This goes back to the 80-20%, 80-20 rule. It's all about them. It's all about our audience and how we're helping them. It's all about our customers that are enjoying their experience with us. Now, from time to time, it's good to share about yourself. We want to get to know you in your business, the people behind the business, the passion behind the business, but not all the time. That's where having a good content mix, thinking about your themes, and a great way is making Monday motivation, where Monday might be your day that you share a motivational quote. For example, applying those themes to certain different days can be a very good plan or strategy. Articulating your brand. When it comes to articulating your brand, before determining who your customers are, you must articulate who you are and why you matter to them. Why are you important? How do you change the lives of your customer? Why should you matter to them, and why should they care to listen, to click, to watch what you do? The more we can think about that, I think the more gold we can produce when it comes to our content. It's really important to give these things some thought. If anything, it will be amazing brainstorming for your content in terms of what you can share. So have a good think about that as your homework from this particular training. What's unique about your product or service? What attracts customers to you? In a nutshell, what do you do? Why do you do it? And who does it serve the most? Okay, this is a very good one page. This is a very good one pager for you that you can go and explore and answer some questions, and just to re-energize yourself about why you're investing this time and money to an extent in this platform. Identifying your ideal audience. When it comes to identifying your ideal audience, I would love for you to take the time to compile all of the information that you already have about your ideal audience. And not only that, compile all the information that you already have and the type of customers and audience that you love. So the more you can, focus grows where focus goes. So the more you can hone in onto the type of customer that you most want to attract, the more you can produce the content and the marketing and the connections that you want to achieve to attract them back into your business. So the people that you want more of, let's ignite them and make sure that we're only speaking to them to attract more of those type of audiences and people into our business. Common user demographics including gender, race, age, location, income, education. Now, this is something you can do a bit of guesswork around here. Insights within your Facebook has a lot of good information and intelligence on who your customers are who are already following you, to give you a good solid ground basis on this. And certainly by way of observation and talking to your customers or surveying them is also a great way to carry out and find out this information. Go deeper and question what keeps your customer up at night. What challenges are they having right now that your product, experience, or service can solve? So the more you can really get deeper into the heart center of what is troubling them, the more we can continue to produce and reach out that we have the key, we have the solution, we are what they need. So the more you can really, it will help. It will really help establish that strong foundation in your relationship of your tribe. So your current Facebook insights, this is where is a great source of information. All you need to do to find that out is go onto the insights tab and then click down on people, and then you can see here, this is a screenshot of mine, predominantly women. This is their age. So my medium or my fans are mostly around between the 35 to 44 age bracket, and then I have the geographic locations of where most of my people are hanging out. Okay, so let's summarize what we've covered in this first training. Some Facebook fundamentals of setting up and optimizing your page, navigating Facebook and how to get the best out of your page, page anatomy, the anatomy of your Facebook page, and how we've popped the bonnet, as I mentioned earlier, and just looked at the mechanics of what makes it run smoothly and what to be mindful of, and having a bit of a marketing plan. So I've given you a lot of questions for you to consider by way of putting, and some themes to consider for you to start formulating your Facebook specific plan in moving forward. Okay, so finishing off with a quote from the great man behind Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. When you give everyone a voice and give people power, the system usually ends up in a really good place. So what we see our role is giving people power. And I really love that, because this is an amazing, amazing vehicle for us to empower our own audiences. It's an amazing vehicle for you to showcase your leadership, to showcase your initiative, to showcase your you being as an ambassador for your business and for your industry, okay, and get you connecting closer to those ideal customers. Stay connected. If there's any questions, comments, aha moments, feedback about this training, I would love to hear from you. Apart from that, thank you for joining me for this Facebook training, and I look forward to seeing you at the other two that you have access to as part of this Facebook series. Until next time, my dear friends, be excellent today and every single day.